Bobby Shmurda, I think maybe last year, Bobby Shmurda, rapper from New York City, I think it was from Brooklyn. Bobby Shmurda and several of his associates who were alleged members of the GS9 street gang, they were all arrested on various charges, I guess conspiracy, gun charges, maybe drug charges as well, murders, and etc. So anyway, a lot of them got arrested, and they were offered a lot of the defendants were offered a plea bargain where they would get 7 years, and they would plead guilty to some certain charges and get 7 years in prison in return. Now, a lot of these GS9 defendants took the plea bargain, including Bobby Shmurda, I think one of his associates named Rowdy Rebel, and but at least one of these GS9 defendants, these alleged gang members, a guy named Santino Broderick, who was an alleged GS9 member, he refused to take the plea bargain. So he went to trial, he got convicted, and he was sentenced to 117.5 to 130 years in prison. So basically, he's gonna die in prison unless he gets unless he can appeal and get the conviction overturned. He's gonna die in prison, or his sentence gets commuted or something, or he gets pardoned by a president or something like that, or the governor. He's gonna die in prison. So the messed up. So anyway, so basically, in this particular instance, this guy made a mistake by refusing to take the 7 years, because if he had taken the 7 years, he would be out of prison in I can't remember what his age was. He's maybe 25 years old, 24, 25. He would have been out of prison by the age of 32 or 33 if he took that 7 years. If he took the deal like Bobby Shmurda and the other GS9 people. So he made a mistake, and so the point I'm making is that in some cases, taking a plea bargain is beneficial towards to a defendant, but in other cases it is not beneficial. And I'm going to explain when taking a plea bargain is beneficial. Now, if you're people who are arrested on very serious charges, okay, facing long prison sentences, people who they have these gun charges, federal gun charges, attempted murder, multiple murders, conspiracy, major drug trafficking charges, those kinds of things. Those people may benefit from taking a plea bargain. They could get, in this case, a 7-year sentence. That's much better than a 117-year sentence, because with the 7-year sentence, obviously, they're going to get out of prison at some point in time, whereas 117 years, nobody is going to get out of 117 years. They're going to die. The person's going to die in prison from that, with that type of sentence. So he should have taken the plea. He would have been better off taking the plea bargain. But in a lot of other cases, it does not benefit a person in the long run to accept a plea bargain. This is why. See, the police and the prosecutors, their motivation is to get convictions. Okay, that's how they advance their careers, is getting convictions. They want to get a bunch of convictions. They want lots of convictions. In some cases, they want high-profile convictions, but in a lot of instances, they just want easy convictions. They want lots of easy convictions. That is one of the reasons why they offer plea bargains, because a plea bargain allows them to get an easy conviction. They don't have to go to court. They don't have to stand up. See, they get a plea bargain, the person pleads guilty, there's no trial, they don't have to go through the whole process of a trial. But if the person goes to trial, they have to schedule courtroom time. They have to set aside an entire courtroom for a day, for a few hours, for several days, weeks, months, however long the case takes, I guess, depending on the complexity of the case. It could take a long time. So they have to schedule a courtroom. They have to have the judge has to be there, has to sit down on the bench and do his job. The police officers may have to take time out of their day to come to the courthouse and testify. They have to get all their evidence in order. They have to know what they're gonna say. Then you have the prosecutor has to put on a show. He has to prepare a case and put on a show and say, talk about blah blah blah. Put on a convincing case. Then you have you may have witnesses. They have to round up the witnesses and make sure they come to the courthouse come to the court at the right time. Okay, so they have to make sure the witnesses show up. If there's witnesses or experts, etc. Then if you have a jury trial, you have to have a jury show up. You have all these outsiders who are not even part of they're not part of the justice system. They're not like the judge and the prosecutor and all the lawyers who probably know each other, and the police who know each other. These guys might play golf together in their free time, and they might hang out together in their free time. Whereas the jurors, they don't necessarily know the legal insider people or the law enforcement people. So you have these jurors who are outsiders, and then you have to bring them in. That's another complication. So the people, the prosecutors and the police don't want to deal with all those complications. They just want the easy conviction. It's just like, think of it like men who are looking for sex. Okay, if a man really wants to just get laid, he wants that easy sex. Okay. And so this is what these prosecutors and these police want. They want the easy conviction. They just want to get as many convictions as they can, easy convictions. So without having to go to trial and do all that, go through all the problems of a trial, all the inconveniences. So that's why they offer these plea bargains. Okay. Now, like I said, in some cases people benefit from the plea bargains, like those GS9 people. They probably benefited from the plea bargains, because if Bobby Shmurda and the other ones didn't take that 7 years, they could have gotten 117 years, like the guy the one of them who refused to go to trial. He got 117 to 130 years. So compared to 7 years, is not that bad. But the fact is, most people who are arrested by the police are not GS9. They're not Bobby Shmurdas. They're not Santino Boderiks. They're not Rowdy rebels. They are people who are usually arrested on relatively minor charges. And I'm 100% sure that the vast majority of people in just about any jurisdiction, the vast majority of people who are charged with a crime are people who are charged with relatively minor crimes. Okay, like say minor drug possession, trespassing, disorderly conduct, etc. All kinds of various, relatively minor offenses. Okay. Now you have the police. And the prosecutors will offer a lot of these people plea bargains. Why is that? Because, like I said, they want easy convictions, and the other reason is there's a large volume of people who are being charged at any given time. So in order to manage all these people, they want to get the conviction and move on to the next one. They can't process all these people through a trial. If you go to a lot of local courthouses you go to a city courthouse, okay, and go to the courtroom where they handle preliminary issues with people who have been charged. You go to these courtrooms and they'll probably be full. No sitting room. People may have to stand outside of the courtroom because there's not enough room inside for people to sit down. So how do you think they can't even fit all these people into the preliminary courthouse, where the people, where you have people who go up in front of the judge for like 5 minutes, okay, and they can't even fit out, they can't even get those people all into the courtroom where they spend each individual spends such a short period of time in front of the judge or the whatever. So if they have trouble processing people for a 5-minute appearance in a courtroom or a 2-minute appearance, how do you think they could schedule courtroom time for each one of those people? They can't do it. There's not enough space in the courtroom. There's not enough time in the courthouse schedule for them to have trials for every one of these people. That's another incentive for them to offer these plea bargains for these people who have minor charges. Okay, so they basically have to offer plea bargains, or else the court system would collapse. If everybody said, I demand to go to trial, I'm not going to take a plea bargain, the court system would shut down. They would never be able to process all those cases to trial. Okay, that's another reason why they offer plea bargains. Now, people who are now here's the thing: if people get charged with a minor crime, and they take a plea bargain, in the short run, it's convenient for them, right? Because they take the plea bargain, the case is over, it's done. They get probably a minor, if they have a minor charge, they take they accept the plea bargain, plead guilty, they get some minor penalty, a fine, probation, a short time in jail, whatever. They get a minor sentence. But at the same time, the problem with that is, in the long run, is that remember, police and prosecutors want easy convictions. So who are they going to come back to when they want the next easy conviction? Mr. Plea Bargain Acceptor. The guy who accepted the plea bargain in the past is the guy who they want to go after again. They see a guy, boom, they'll type in their computer, look it up. Oh, this guy took a plea bargain back in 2013. Let's stop him and search him and see if we can charge him find some other thing to charge him with, so we can get another easy conviction. That's how they operate. So this is why it's better. This is why it's better to go to trial for people in the long run. It's better to go to trial. So when someone gets arrested, if you get charged with some minor crime, you need to take that to trial. You get charged with trespassing, minor drug possession, what else? I don't know. And, disorderly conduct, all kinds of, the little BS charges. You need to take that to trial, because next time, this is what'll happen. Next time they see you, they run your information. They'll say, "Oh wait, this guy has a criminal record. He got convicted, but wait, he took it to trial. Maybe we don't want to mess with this guy because it's gonna cost us. In order to get a conviction out of him, we need to work too hard for that." So they're like, they don't want to bother with that. They don't want to have to go through all the problems of a trial. So this is why it's good to take, if you get charged with minor charges, if you ever get a minor bullshit charge, my advice would be take that case to trial. Refuse to accept a plea bargain. Take it to trial. Exercise all your legal rights, and make them give you all your rights in terms of going to trial. And even if you get convicted, you're less likely to get rearrested later.